Hello, and welcome to Principles of Macroeconomics. I'm your host, Dr. B. Today is our very first lecture for macroeconomics for the fall 2021 semester. I'm happy to have all of you with us as we explore the concepts of macroeconomics. In today's lecture, we're going to talk a lot about the principles of macroeconomics. But before we jump into the principles, I want to quickly explore the virtual classroom on Blackboard. I want you to all become very familiar with using Blackboard. So if you have not already, please log into the classroom. And for those of you who are on the call with me, please feel free to follow along. So as you can see already, everything looks and feels a little bit different. This is what they call Blackboard Ultra. It's the new version of Blackboard. And it's more user-friendly than the older version was, in my opinion. It just looks and feels more comfortable. It's something that we're a little bit more used to. It's not quite as awesome as a TikTok or a Twitter feed or whatever, but it's very user friendly. So as we explore the classroom, first thing I want you to notice is the student resources. Under student resources, there's this orientation to Blackboard Ultra. I would like you to please go through the orientation. It'll help you to become more familiar with how Blackboard Ultra is designed. That will be very helpful for you, so that way you'll know where to look for things. Yeah. So please make sure that you do that on your own time. In addition to the student resources, you have strategies for success and your UDC services and policies. So please feel free to look at those. Once you've done the student resources, go ahead and click on Start Here. The idea is to start here, right? A couple of key components, the welcome and course overview. This course overview helps you to understand how things are laid out in the classroom. You'll see that each weekly module will consist of chapter readings, lecture videos, a quiz and or homework assignment, and a few of them will have a discussion. Those are basically your weekly assignments, right? Uh, all things that we got to do to be successful in the course. The book, you'll have chapter readings. For example, this week we're doing chapter 1, next week will be 2 and 3. We'll have our lectures like we're having right now. On average, our lectures about an hour and 20 minutes. Some will be shorter, but we'll try to stick within that hour and 20. If we ever go over, I understand if you got to drop off for another class. Once in a great while that happens if we get really good discussions. Supplemental readings and videos within each week. I will have a couple of new videos for you to look at just to kind of help reinforce some concepts. Sometimes there will be a chapter quiz. Okay, so nice thing with homework assignments and quizzes. You can take your quizzes up to 2 times. Okay, that's nice. It's nice to be able to do that. You can take your homework assignments up to 2 times. The idea behind quizzes and assignments is I want you to master the content. And the best way is to practice. And therefore, I like the idea of you being able to do it more than once. Yeah? So quizzes and assignments 2 times. That's nice. Classroom discussions. There's a few of them. They're still important for you to do because they're still worth a good amount of points. And we'll talk more about that in a second. There's a midterm exam in week 8, a final exam week 16. The midterm is worth 20 points. The final exam is worth 20 points. And we'll talk a little bit more about that point system. There are rubrics for your discussions, and I will always provide you with detailed written feedback on your discussions in Blackboard. That's the welcome and course overview. faculty information just talks a little bit about me. I am, of course, the office hours, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 11 to 3, on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 10 to 2. And of course, anytime that you want to meet, I made it real easy for you. All you got to do is select, oh, actually, I don't have it right here. I will have it right here. It'll be an office hours link. It just to take care of the scheduling. Makes it very easy. We'll talk a little bit more. I'll send you an email on that. The syllabus. Syllabus, very important, the syllabus. Download the syllabus, take a look. I want to point out a couple of key things. First thing you'll see, very important, the textbook. The textbook, okay, here's the deal. We're not going to use MindTap. We're not going to use MindTap. We're not going to use MindTap. I want everything done in Blackboard. Why? Because MindTap's a pain. Students always have problems connecting to MindTap. I understand that. I've listened to your feedback. Those of you who have had me for accounting will say that I listen to my students. That's very true. I listen to your feedback, and so I've decided that it's better for us to do everything in one place rather than have two different platforms. Also, it's expensive. Okay, I want to save you guys money. Yeah, so get yourself a good used version of this book from 2015. Okay, you can find this book for like $8 on Amazon. All right, or if you really want to, if you're already in the textbook program through UDC, the textbook, what do they call it, the Follett All Access or whatever it's called, get the book through them. If you're already in that program. If you're not in that program, you can find the book online. You can find it in Amazon. You can find it on a lot of different textbook websites. It's super inexpensive. Okay, I think the most expensive copy I saw was like $20 or $40. So so there's that. Yeah, make sure you get access to the textbook like today or as soon as you can. You can rent it. You can rent it on Amazon. You can rent it at other textbook websites. Uh, it's maybe better to rent it. If cost is a concern, or you could buy it for real cheap. Find a used copy. Um, but get the textbook as soon as possible because your first assignment is due on Sunday. Yeah, and so you're going to need the textbook to be successful with it. Supplemental materials. I'm not terribly worried about this stuff, but always be on the lookout for new economic discussions. We'll talk more about it. Okay, elements. There are two discussion boards, um, and I think the first one's not for another few weeks. But there's two discussion boards: full paragraphs, citations, references, and then two responses to classmates. Each discussion is worth 5 points. 5 points doesn't sound like a lot. It is a lot. It's 5% of your grade. It's half a letter grade. Please make sure you do the discussion boards. Please, please, please. I had a few students fail my accounting courses because they didn't do the discussion boards. Okay, please do the discussion boards. And please make sure you do all the homework assignments and quizzes. Don't miss anything in this class. Don't not attempt something. The only way you can fail this course is if you don't do something. I promise you, if you do all of the work in this course, you will pass this class. It is that simple. Okay? I've made it as easy as humanly possible for you to pass the class. You do all the discussion boards, you do all the homework assignments, you do all the quizzes, take the midterm, take the final. I promise you'll pass. You'll do real well. Okay? So let's make it count, yeah? Do all the work, you'll be okay, I promise you. That's my soapbox. I apologize for that. I'm very passionate about helping you pass. That is very important to me. Here's how the class is laid out. This week we got chapter 1, next week 2 and 3. The third week, chapter 4, week 4, 5, and 6. You see a pattern, right? It's basically every other week there's 2 chapters. There's a couple of weeks where there's a few more. It's because in this course we have 23 chapters to get through. That means 23 different assignments. It's kind of a lot, but it's not too overwhelming. You'll find that the homework assignments and quizzes, they're about 10 questions each. So it's not too bad. It's a mix of true, false, multiple choice. I'm not going to, there's a couple of math questions, but it's not anything that you can't handle. Uh, because you'll know the formulas. So, uh, so that's kind of how the class is laid out. It's really straightforward. Now, in the rest of the stuff on the syllabus is just all the legal stuff that you've seen in every single class. Okay, I want to point out how each module is designed, and then we'll jump into the content. Each module. The first module, module 1, and then you click week 1. Okay, week 1. Once you open that week 1, click on week 1. Now, when you open each, it looks like a piece of paper, right? This little icon here. Under week 1, you open up week 1, click on week 1. When you open this up, it'll say exactly what's going on in the classroom for that respective week. Nice little image. It shows us what we're going to learn this week, what we need to do this week. It'll have the PowerPoint presentation, and once in a while you'll see a short video. Please make sure that you always look at that because it'll have good information. Let me tell you something. Those PowerPoint presentations and the textbook, of course, they will help you be successful on your quizzes and homework assignments and the midterm and the final. Okay, so this week we got your introduction, discussion board, and chapter 1 quiz. The chapter 1 quiz, when you begin the quiz, it's as you can see, it's multiple choice, true, false. Very straightforward. Very straightforward. You can take the quiz up to 2 times. 2 times, sorry. Times. Quizzes and exams. I'm sorry, quizzes. See what you almost made me do? Quizzes and homework assignments. You got 2 attempts, and the attempt with the highest grade will be graded. Okay? Any questions so far? We're okay. We're good? You all can still hear me? You're still with me, right? Narciso?
Here.
Thank you, Asia. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm glad you're all still there. I know sometimes it gets a little boring. But I wanted to make sure that we covered that. Each week is laid out the same exact way, same format, no surprises. Okay? I try to make everything very, very simple and straightforward for you. Now, also, for those of you who like to work ahead, go for it. I promise you, you can do it. I like to work ahead once in a while, and I know some of you do as well. So feel free to work ahead. Everything's open. Okay? Everything's open. Just don't take the midterm or the final. You're probably going to want to wait to do those. But everything's open. Okay? Um, and that's the classroom. Anytime you have a question, comment, concern, just feel free to unmute your microphone, ask your question. If you have other comments, questions, or concerns about the classroom itself, click on discussions, go to help, and then enter your question. Or you can also email me. You can call me. You can set up office hours with me. I want you to know that I am here for you 100% of the time. To access the Zoom sessions, I'll always remind you, but you can always access it right here in the classroom. You know, 5:30 is on every Monday. Just click that link. Boom, there you are. All right, and I'll always send you announcements, reminders, all of those good things. Grading. Let's talk a little bit more about grading. Grade book grading. Now, as you can see, we got chapter one quiz, chapter two homework, chapter three homework, chapter four is a discussion, one of the two discussion boards. Each quiz, each homework, worth 5 points. Each discussion board worth 5 points. The midterm exam, final exam, 15 points each. Now, 1 point is worth 1% of your grade. 1 point is worth 1% of your grade. So 5 points, that's 5% of your grade, that's half a letter grade. Yeah? So don't think that just 1 point is nothing. 1 point is 1%. 1% adds up very quickly over time. Yeah? My goal here is to help you all pass, but also to help you all pass with a high grade. So that's the idea behind it. Homework and quizzes, you can take them up to 2 times each. Yeah. Discussions, full paragraphs, full paragraph responses of 2 or more of your classmates. The midterm and the final can only be taken once. Make sense? Straightforward? We're okay? I know it's a lot.
That makes sense.
Awesome. Thanks, Narcissa. Appreciate it. Okay, right on. Everything's laid out for you. Very, very straightforward. Everything's due that respective Sunday night. All of your assignments, quizzes, exams, whatever. It's all due that respective Sunday night. So every Sunday night you have something that's due. Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. Boom, boom, boom. You have something due every Sunday night. So just make sure that you're in the classroom frequently. And my recommendation, try to log into the classroom at least 3 times a week, just to make it simple for yourself. You know, and spread your work out. You don't want to rush everything. Don't wait to the last minute. Please don't do that to yourself. Don't wait to the last minute because you all know what happens, right? You know, you wait till the Sunday night, you start struggling, then you're trying to call me, and I'm not going to answer because it's Sunday night, right? So the idea behind it is start working early and often. Spread it out over time so that way you're not stressed out. I promise that helps. That's the way I did it when I was here when I was a student. I did the same thing. You know, try to spread it out. Makes life easier. Okay. Any questions before we jump into the content? We're good? Okay, let's start chapter one. I'm going to stop this recording and then start a new one. So that way there's no overlap.